Okay, so this is a actual overview of my portfolio right now, and I have not really done any videos on the actual value of my portfolio. So this is really the first. Um, I'd like to show you basically the past couple months. There's been a lot of capital appreciation going on in the portfolio, and I'm almost at 700,000 now. You can see I'm just 1,000 something away. However, the markets are a little down today, so it might take a few more days, but in general, the trend I expect to see some 100,000 in the next couple days. So basically, this is the website I use. This is TD online, the online account, and I have most of my accounts all put into one. They're all uh, put together into one particular value here. So this value is very accurate. It comes. They do this every day after the market closes, and it basically mixes up all my accounts together. It puts all my accounts together and comes up with a value, which is more or less pretty accurate. And I've been doing snapshots of this the past 2 years since about 2019, and I have that at the end of the video. And so this is basically it. So you'll see that this is one of my accounts here, and this particular account has been around for a long time, and I've had this account for many years. It's a retirement, self-directed retirement account, SDRSP. And so you can see here, these are all real-time updates here. Okay, so right now it's August 15th. This is as of August 13th. So again, this is just 2 days later, but actually today's August 16th. I'm sorry. So you'll see everything is in real time. So this basically I am a dividend growth investor, but I do have a tilt towards a little bit towards price growth, but I'm still mainly concentrated on dividend growth companies. And again, this is the total amount of all my accounts put together here. And so I'm going to show you kind of a breakdown of the account, the yield, and the amounts I put in throughout the years. And the value now has surpassed. It's more than double the amount I put in, and it's generating about over 7% yield of this on this account right now. Okay. Okay, so I'm going to explain the cash contributions. So that's the actual cash I've added to the portfolio throughout the years. And so let's start off here. So I started adding 2012. Now, pre 2012, in my RSP account, I did have I did add a cash amount of 38,925. And this was from previous jobs and things. Okay, but I didn't actually have a trading account, or I didn't actually have a TFSA account. So those were added on at 2012. So you'll see, okay, so my direct trading account, this is the amount of cash I added. Okay, 112, 394. Direct trading account, non-registered trading account. US dollar, non-trading account, the amount is here. So I'm taking, there's two amounts here. This is with the amount of the exchange rate. So I'm assuming the exchange rate right now is 1 USD to 1.2 CAD. Now it did fluctuate throughout the years. So this is kind of an average exchange rate because 2013, 2014, 2012, most of the time it was par, but then it started dropping. 2019, 2020 it dropped to 1.3. So I'm averaging about the average is about 1 USD to 1.2 CAD. Okay, so this amount is the exchange rate taken into consideration. So this amount, RSP, this is the amount of cash I put in. I didn't put any cash after 2012 because I haven't worked any full-time work after 2012. So that the last time I've added cash was in 2012. Okay, TFSA is here. I didn't add cash until 2012 because I didn't open the account until basically 2012. So you can see cash contributions here. Pre 2012, I didn't add anything except there was some money in the RRSP. Okay, RESP and RESP grant, this is much later, 2019. Okay, so without the exchange rate, the cash out was 314,123. With the exchange rate was 330 is I'm assuming 1.2. Okay, 1 USD is 1.2 CAD. So most of the time I'm going to be using this amount. So this is the amount of capital I put into my portfolio, 331, 324.42. Okay, so cumulatively we can see throughout the years, most of my cash was added in 2012. So you can see that 2012 I pushed in to the a non-registered Canadian dollar account about $85,000 and USD 10,000 into the RSP, another 5,500 and $20,000 into the TFSA. So that's when I started the TFSA account, 2012. And so 2013, you can see I added more to the direct Canadian dollar account, more to the USD account. 2014, I've added a lot more money to the USD non-direct trading account, the non-registered trading account. So most of my USD stocks were bought in 2014. Okay, so cumulatively, you can see here, okay, adds up, added. So most of my money had been put in by 2012, 13, and 14. So after that, I actually took a little bit of money out of my uh, non-registered Canadian dollar account. You see here, there's minus here. I added some to the USD account, and I've taken money out as well, 2016 from the Canadian dollar non-registered account. Okay, so 2017 I added a bit more money to it. 2018 a little bit more. 2019 a little bit more to the TFSA account. The RESP I added some money there, and 2020 basically nothing, $800, just nothing much. So most of my money you'll see was added from 2012 till about 2014. So you see cumulatively here. Okay, and then a little bit more along the way, 16, 2017, 18, okay, 19, 2020. Okay, so that comes out to 314, 123.63. That's without the exchange rate. Okay, so this is without the exchange rate. But I'm going to be using this amount most of the time to calculate the yield and other statistics as well, because we need to consider. But this is just a history of cash contributions throughout the years. Okay, so this is right here. Okay, so let's just take a look at the yield right now. So you can see that yield on cost, which is the original cash I put in the account, which is uh, added with the exchange rate at 1.2 with the USD exchange rate. The actual cash I put in the account, well, in the portfolio, is $331,324. And from last year's dividends, we can see this year's it's going to be a little higher, but from last year's the yield is going to be 7.15%. It's a little over 7%. But using the uh, current market value of the portfolio, which is almost at 700,000, it will yield 3.39%. So 3.4%. So you can see that obviously the total value has really gone up and the yield has dropped a lot. But if you use the original cash I put in, I'm yielding over 7%. And so this is how we look at it here. Yield on cost, the original cash I put in, and the dividends from last year. It'll be higher this year, obviously, 2021, but since 2021 is not over, I can't really do a, I can do a projection, but I'm just going to use last year's dividends, and that's 7.15 cents, okay? And so the current yield right now is standing at about 3.4%. So right now we're going to look at my portfolio value for snapshots from from 2009 October until right now August 2021. Now these are snapshots that I took at certain points in time, and They are not consistent, but I do have them on a graph starting October 14th and ending at August 15th. So this is almost 2 years, it's not quite. And you can see that from the graph, we start off October 14th at 577,666.77 and ending August 15th, it's almost at 700,000 now. So during the drop, which is probably in late March, I didn't have that, but I do have a low point graphed in May 9th, which is 518. Now I remember the drop March 15th to March 30th, somewhere around there. It did drop below 500,000, the entire portfolio. So that I don't have the low point actually graphed here, but I do remember that it did drop below 500,000 for a week or so, and it went back up past 500,000. Now you can see here uh, again, 17% is I'm taking the value from October 2019 till the latest value here at almost 700,000, and it's grown about 17%. And this is not considering the low point. This is just considering the point from 2019. And you can see the graph here. It goes down for most of 2020, then it jumps back up in November, and it jumps back up here, and from there on it keeps going up. And so you can see this is pretty consistent with probably the market overall. And again, I have not added any cash since early 2019, only to my TFSC account, which was early 2019. I finished adding any cash by March. So this is a very accurate projection of the portfolio value for the past almost 2 years, because from this point, I did not add any cash at all. So this is, yeah, again, it's very accurate. So of course, most of 2020, I have been using the dividends to reinvest back into some companies and other little bits and pieces. I did add a bit of a Bitcoin and Ethereum ETFs towards the around Mayish of 2021, and that's showing a slight loss. So actually, this portfolio would be even higher if the cryptocurrencies were actually at a higher value, which I do expect them to be in a few years or even a few months. So yeah, this is it. This is the actual asset value, and it has been. I'd say it's been probably pretty consistent with the market overall. And obviously, well, when I do the dividend income for 2021, it's going to be higher. And again, I'm focusing on dividend income with a emphasis on growth as well.